Of course, everyone wants to be happy, and when you consider the alternative, happiness is a pretty fine target. But therein lies a problem. Happiness as a target means that by definition it hasn't been reached. Now, you can go to a restaurant, you can buy a magnificent push bike, you can even take a ride in your boat, and all of them are going to make you feel good while you're doing them. As soon as you leave the restaurant, park the bike or dock the boat, you'll be looking for the next happiness-inducing substance or activity. These things only work while you're doing them, and it's not practical to sit in a restaurant all day, ride your bike the whole time the sun is up, or stay in your boat for a year. While we're talking about being on a boat, I've been on plenty of cruises where food is stacked like mountains because people apparently want to eat and drink their way to happiness. Now, I don't know that I've seen endless lines of happy people on those cruises, but I have seen plenty of people packing on the weight and complaining about it. Now, the number of people I've seen carrying 2 plates of stacked with food when half of one plate would be plenty is frightening. And of course, when I go to the gym, it's totally empty. At every port, these people team off the boat like lemmings, looking to head off and buy trinkets that are going to make them happy. And I often wondering why they're so keen to get off the boat if it's so good to be on the boat. And then they return at the end of the day sunburned and sweaty from their labours and in need of a drink as a reward for their massive efforts. And despite all of that, we're surrounded by statements and messages that happiness can be attained if we just buy this or we just do that. And you'll hear it every day. I'll be happy when I get the house paid off. I'll be happy when I get the kids in school. I'll be happy when I get a boat. Now, none of that stuff is bad. It's just not going to deliver happiness. You were never going to be happier when you got your bike as a 10-year-old. You were just going to be a more mobile version of whatever level of happy you were in the first place. And you also know someone who's going to be miserable tomorrow having made the decision today. So happiness per se isn't really the goal because happiness, like every other emotion, is transitory. To say otherwise is to sentence yourself to the never-ending reaching of a series of goals that have more to do with what you consume and what you feel. Eventually, the pursuit of happiness leaves us feeling empty and unfulfilled. Rather than aim at happiness itself, I'm going to be so bold as to suggest that a better target would be to answer the question, are you happy with? In other words, am I happy with my life? Am I happy with the way I spend my time? Am I content? Am I fulfilled? Do I love my life? Getting to that point would mean that you've had a look at what matters most to you and are following that path. In my own situation, I look at my 2-year-old granddaughter and I know I'd rather spend time with her than buy a new boat. Look at it, and what you'll see is that, like you, I've got more money than I have time. It's how I spend that time that determines how happy I am. I reckon I've only got 30 more years on the planet, touch wood, and how I spend each of those moments matters because when I go, I want to leave contented that I've followed my own path, played my own game, done what I wanted to do, lived with ease and with grace, and loved those who I care about, connected deeply with my dearest friends. So look at those goals of yours and think seriously about the ones that are supposed to make you happy. They undoubtedly won't do that. Happiness is a decision we need to make over and over again each day.